Alright, this is a quick overview on how to create appointments so students and parents could pick a time if you want to do office hours and have a very specific time, let's say 1 to 2 p.m. every day, where students could call you or parents could schedule a time to talk to you. That way you don't have calls and messages going all day long and you can't focus on your work. This would be the tutorial for you. So the first thing you want to do is create a calendar and make sure that calendar is set up so it's just your office hours. Mine's listed right here, MRK office hours. But I'm going to create a new one for this. And you're going to say create a new calendar. And you'll name this office hours, anything you want. Say students, parents. And we're going to go ahead and hit create. And I'm going to try to do this whole screen recording in one try. We'll see if we can pull it off. I'm actually sitting in a parking lot right now while my wife is in checking to see if she's in labor. So, anyway, the calendar is created. So now I'm going to go ahead and set my times. So the first thing I'm going to do is just show you how to set a time. And let's say 8 a.m. we want to allow for 1 hour appointments. So I clicked here, and I'm going to say office hours, and then click appointment slots, not event, appointment slots. And inside here, we can limit the amount of time. So let's say I want to limit this to a 15-minute call, and you can choose any calendar, but I'm going to make sure it goes in office hours calendar. The reason why I'm putting that in there is I want to be able to turn this on and off and be able to edit that without getting confused with all my other calendars. So inside here, I'm going to go to more information. I usually put in information here like this is for students and parents. I'll call you. And you can use Google Hangouts phone to call, so that way you don't have to use a private cell phone. I'll call you at this meeting time. And then we should be all set, offset. And this is the link to the page, but I'll show you that again in a minute. We do want to set this to repeat. And I'm going to go to custom, and I'm going to say I want this to happen every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you want just Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, you can do that. And I'm then just going to set this to go out till June 17th and call it a day. I can always delete this calendar and get rid of it at any time too. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. As you can see here, we've got this hour block. All right, so we have these office hours here. And we can go in and just double click on this and you can adjust it. Let's say we want to change this and go to 9:30. We can click save and all the following events, and then all your following events will be changed, or you can just change one of them. And I could also add in another time. Let's say I want to add in till 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. I can say office hours again, and we're going to go in here to appointment slots, and we're going to set up the same thing again. We want to set this for 15 minutes, and then more options. If you want to add in more information, you can. I put a link to my website in there too, so it's easy for people to find. Now, see, we only have the one. If I double click and edit, I can go here to repeat, and then I can choose how often I want that to repeat and how long I want it to go for. Done, save, and then I can flip this to the month, and there you go. You can see all these slots. Now, all you need to do is click on one of these. All right, and as you can see here, we have our month's worth. You can look out these scheduled appointments go right out to June 17th. You can also switch this up to look at it per the week, and great. So when we click on this, any one of these appointments, you get this link here. Go to appointment page. Click on that link, and it opens up this page. Now, these are some others that I had put out there. Some of you had met with me and scheduled some meetings, but these are your individual appointments. You can see the text that you put in there, and we'll close that out. Take that link, copy it, command copy, and then we'll go to our Google Classroom. Now, in Google Classroom, I've already created a topic, conference calls, but I'm going to go ahead and create some material, and I'm going to title this conference calls. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm also putting in to make sure that the kids are at home. There we go. So there's the instructions, and then we're going to add in the link. Put the link here. Now we just paste in Command V. Paste in that link, it goes to that calendar. And under topics, you want to put this under conference calls. If you haven't created this topic, you can go ahead here and click create topic and type in conference calls. So I'll say conference calls, and then I'll decide where to put that. Do I want it to all students? Yes, and then I can put it in all my learning labs. I'm going to go ahead and hit post. And now it's here in the classroom. So kids can click link and go straight there. And as students, they can go ahead and book these conference calls. Alright, so here we have our appointments, and what does this look like? Of course, when we click this, we go to the appointments page. We see this here. Well, yeah, that looks alright, but it doesn't, this isn't the way it looks for the students. So for the students, I have logged into a private window. Oh, I will right now actually. I'll go here and go new private window to kind of keep me locked out. I'll paste in that link and go to it. And it's going to ask me to sign in. And I'm just going to sign in and under a personal account. And what this is doing is blocking out my school registration with Google, so it sees me as a totally different user. And you can see here, this is what it looks like to the students. They can't see all that other calendar junk. They see just these office hour blocks. So if they want this office hour here, they just click on it, and then they hit save. Because they're logged into Google, it automatically logs that into their calendar, and it tells you that that is booked. So if I come back here to my office hours, and I refresh the page, you'll see that that is gone now. Now what happened to it? If I go into my calendar and I refresh the calendar, there it is. You can see that these are booked, and they're booked with that DJ name. Okay, I do hope this helps. Alright, inside of Google Hangouts, you can do conference calls, the appointment slots where kids want to talk to you one-on-one. You just type 1-207-775-4321, which I called earlier. I click here to call. It's calling, and it's going to ask me for permission to use my microphone. I say yes.
Time and temperature brought to you by Consolidated Communications.
The time is 9:14 a.m. It is currently 42 degrees Fahrenheit with 85% relative humidity. Wind is out of the southeast at...
So, as you can see, you can very easily make those phone calls. This is great because your private phone number doesn't show up. So kids, you don't have to worry about your cell phone being disclosed. Hope this helps.